Hello there, today on Versus we're taking a look at Sushi Go versus Sushi Go Party. As usual, we'll take a look at the similarities as well as differences between these two games, and I'll let you know if I think one is superior. Sushi Go and Sushi Go Party are related, obviously, and they are both drafting games in which you are selecting a card from your hand, putting it down, and passing the rest to the next player. You keep doing this, and at the end of the round, you score points based on the cards you have played. It's a very simple, pleasant mechanism, and I enjoy the game and the concept, not to mention the art is adorable and cute. So the original game is for 2 to 5 players, Sushi Go Party is for 2 to 8 players. Sushi Go Party also happens to include a scoreboard, so you can keep track throughout the game, while in the original you had to use a pen and paper. Both games come in tins. Well, Sushi Go, the original, can also be found in a tuck box. Honestly, I'm not a fan of any of these options. Tins are not a uniform size, and they're just rather clunky and annoying. I just would prefer a standard box with a top and bottom. Now, the original game has 108 cards divided into 12 types, while Sushi Go Party has 181 cards divided into 23 types. So that's nearly double the amount of types of cards. And the reason for this is that there's a slight difference in the setup. In the original game, you simply use the same cards every round, and that's that. Sushi Go Party allows you to select a different setup every game. And so there's a lot more variety in that. And there's pros and cons to this. Obviously, more variety is more replayability. And in the original, you're stuck with those same cards. Not to mention, Sushi Go Party also has promos available, so you can add additional cards to those as well. However, there's one distinct factor that is changed with the addition of the new types of cards. And that is the fact that in Sushi Go Party, you have to constantly reshuffle and set up the deck between rounds. And that's not only annoying, but it also messes with the probability of the cards. You see, in the original, you never have to reshuffle the deck, which means that the cards that you've seen, they have been played, they are out of the game. And you can take that into account when making predictions during the following rounds. And I feel like there's a bit more tactics involved with that strategy. Whereas in Sushi Go Party, since you have to reshuffle the deck, there's a possibility that some cards will show up more often. And not only that, but you also have to shuffle in a specific number of desserts each round per player, and that deck maintenance just gets rather tedious, especially if you're playing several quick rounds in a row. And if you're exchanging the cards that you use in between rounds, that's just more deck maintenance. And I don't find that very exciting. The original game, it's the same cards, you just reshuffle, you can do a new game right away. So, in conclusion, do you want to be able to play with more players and have more variety? If that's the case, Sushi Go Party is your option. But if you prefer more exactness in your probability and the convenience of having a game ready to go without having to constantly shuffle and maintain the deck in between rounds and games, you can go with the original. I have the original right now just because space is limited, but honestly, they're both good games. It's just a matter of playstyle, and I like the exactness of the original. I guess you could just buy 2 copies of Sushi Go Party, and theoretically you could create a deck that wouldn't need to be shuffled between rounds, but that's probably a lot more effort than most people are willing to put in. Anyway, let me know your thoughts about these games in the comments, and I'll see you in another Board Games, Bricks, and Hobbies video. Take care.